Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome in. Thank you for joining J2 Comics and Cards. Thank you for stopping by the channel. So today's video, I want to just kind of give a follow-up on how things have been going with GameStop and PSA Grading. In December, I sent off a few cards for grading to try it out, and it went very well. It was a little slight delay with getting the cards back, but they did finally come in. I got 10s on both cards, which was I was happy about that. But I must admit, it's now March, and I think I've submitted a number of cards, a variety of cards, from Pokemon trade cards to all different types of sport cards, sporting cards, soccer, football, baseball. I've sent in numbered cards, autograph cards. And I must say, I mean, it's been a couple of months now, and the process has been going really great. I'm enjoying pulling cards or buying cards from shows or different hobby shops and actually taking them to GameStop for grading. Now, some of the things that I enjoy about their process is one, their form of payment. You can pay however you like. You can pay with cash, of course. You can pay with debit card, credit card. It's totally up to you how you want to pay for submitting your cards. So that's the first thing. Second thing is being able to send in any type of card. They have a different process for trading cards versus sports cards, but the way that the transactions work is they're treated differently, right? So being able to take your card in, regardless of what it is, and know that some of your cards are coming back sooner than others is a benefit for me, because I like the fact that I don't have to wait for all of them to come back at the same time. For example, if I'm submitting trade cards, Pokemon cards, I know that they're probably going to be graded a lot faster. They'll come back sooner than sports cards. So that I have known that to be a fact. Now, with that being said, I was listening to a conversation recently, and they were saying how with Pokemon cards, the reason why they're probably being graded a little faster is just the way that the card is created. So, for example, with a Pokemon card, the corners are rounded, right? So they don't bend as easy as a straight edge card or cornered card, where unlike a sports card, the corners are squared off. So it's easier for those corners to be bent or chipped or have whiting around the edges. Where with Pokemons, because there's a rounded, smoother card, maybe that could be one of the things that's causing those cards to be graded a little quicker, come back a little faster, and then maybe the grades, because of those items, because of those things, maybe that's what's causing some of the grades to be a little higher than what would normally come back from if you were grading a sports card. Now, with that being said, there is a price difference in grading sports cards versus trading cards. So sports cards tend to be $2 or $3 higher than grading trading cards. So remember that if you're going into GameStop to grade any cards, it's gonna be two different transactions. So if you're going in, I would recommend go in when you have a number of trade cards that you're gonna grade, so that you can, all of those will be great priced at the same rate. And then sports cards, they're going to be all graded at a different rate. So just have that in mind. All the card, even though you might submit them together at the same day, they're not all going to come back the same day and same time, right? Same day, because of, again, that process. So that's been a plus. Another great thing has been the staff, right? So we don't give a lot of shout outs to our customer service, retail workers that help us. They're behind the counter. They've been working long hours. They're taking our cards in. We're hoping that when we go to submit cards, that they're actually going to take care of our cards. Now, granted, when you go into GameStop and you take a card in, the level of care that they're going to give to your card is not going to be the same level of care that you would have for your cards as a hobbyist, right? So that means before you even take your card in, you should inspect your card, take photographs of your card, right? So know the quality of your card and protect your card before you even go into the store, right? And then treat your card with respect so that when you go into GameStop, you pass that over. Give you an example. I went into GameStop just on Friday, took a card in. I had it in a penny sleeve, and then I had that in a graded sleeve, right? And I noticed that the wrapping. So they took my cards, and they got them ready. They processed them, and then I paid for them, of course. And then what I noticed was the packaging that they put my cards in was different than what they normally package it in. Now, I could have easily let the person go ahead, take the cards, and put it in the packaging. The packaging was very flimsy. There was no protection. There was no bubble wrap. There was no cardboard. There was nothing inside the package to protect the card from being damaged, other than what I had already done, which was simply by putting it in a penny sleeve and a graded sleeve. But that wasn't enough. So I quickly paused the guy behind the counter who was helping me out, and he was good. And I just, I gave him some knowledge that he wasn't aware of. And I just simply said, hey, I've noticed that when I've submitted cards before, the packaging that they put the cards in have been different than what I'm noticing you use today. By chance, has it changed? Did you guys run out of them? Do you have anything else that you can package my card in? Right? So he said, you know what? You're right. It did change. I'm not too sure why it changed. And so let me look. So I immediately took pictures. I said, I do want to take a picture of the way that you're wrapping the cards, because what I want to do is I want to just have a conversation with the store manager to see if the process changed of the way you're shipping the cards out. And if the process has changed, I would rather at least do my due diligence and wrap it up again, so that if you are going to put it in that flimsy bag, that I know I've done my part to wrap my card up, plus take photographs of it, so in case I need to dispute it later, I would have some evidence that I did take care of my card before it was mailed off. So with all that being said, the gentleman was very cool about looking into the PSA, the locked up drawer the drawer where they keep all of the submissions and the packaging, and he was able to find these fit to size bubble wrap sleeves, the bubble wrap envelopes, and they were perfect for putting the graded sleeves inside of. And when he showed me that, he didn't know, right? So again, he's working there. He may not be aware of how to send cards off and if they need to be protected. But I appreciate the fact that he at least allowed me to give him some information that he wasn't aware of. And that was simply, hey, can we try one of those? Can we put these cards in one of those and see if they even fit? He said, sure, no problem. It fit. He put my cards into the bubble wrap. The bubble wrap went into that plastic bag that he had, and it was no problem. I left the store happy, knowing that the cards were protected. Regardless of the grade that comes back, at least they'll get to PSA protected without any bent corners, whiting, or anything like that. So, I say all that to say, when you're serious about the hobby and the money that you spend on the cards that you're buying, when you're submitting them to PSA, you should do the same thing. Like, really be aware of how your cards are being handled once you leave the store. So all you can do is your due diligence and say, I just want to make sure my cards are being taken care of. Please show me how you're planning to submit them for grading. And once you do that, you at least have a case in case your cards ever come back, God forbid, come back stolen, or no, don't come back because they've been stolen, or come back damaged or low grades. At least you would have done your part. So big tip, make sure you do your due diligence, ask questions. That's the biggest. If you don't get anything else, ask a lot of questions. There's nothing wrong with asking questions, because at least you're educating yourself, and you may even be educating the staff, because again, the guy behind the counter, he was great. He didn't know, right? And I didn't expect him to know it all, and that's why I offered, hey, would you mind if we tried something else? Just want to give you some insight. I've been doing this for a little while, and so I know, like what the packaging should look like. So I hope that was helpful. I do want to see, if you ever submit anything to PSA, make sure you're taking care of your cards. Make sure that they're taking care of your cards. And it's great to be able to get those cards back and they gem mint a 10, or if they even come back a 9. But it's a sad day when your cards never make it back, or they come back, it's a lower grade, or they're damaged, right? So I hope that information was helpful. But the relationship with PSA and GameStop and grading for me so far has been pretty decent. I'm pretty happy with it. And so now what I like to do is kind of just show you some of the cards that have come back. These actually came back this past week. And these are a few Pokemon cards. So as I mentioned, my son is big into soccer and in Pokemon. So a lot of the cards that I have graded will end up in his collection. Well, we'll start off with a couple of the 2024 Pokemons. Now came back a Gem Mint 10. You can see that. And this is the Japanese version. So for all those that may not be Pokemon collectors, the Japanese version, some of them, not all of them, some of them have a gold border around them, where the American ones have a blue border. And so if you can see, so this is the US American version, and then this is the Japanese version, right? Interesting enough, this one came back a 4. And I've been looking over this card and looking over the card, and for the life of me, I can't figure out why it got a 4. And I'm looking at it. I don't see any creases. I don't see any bent edges. There are no wrinkles. The card looks centered. But again, I'm not sure I couldn't tell you why it got a 4. I was expecting higher than a 4. I would have taken an 8, but I just pulled this card probably last month or so, and for it to come back a 4. So I'm actually considering cracking it, getting someone else to look at it, give me their opinion, and then maybe resubmit it, because I thought it was a clean card. And looking at it now, I still can't figure out why it got a 4. So, let me know what you think. Have you had a clean card that you submitted to PSA or any of the grading companies, and it came back less than what you thought? And when first look, it looks like it's a clean card, but it got a low grade. Let me know in the comments what you did. Did you crack it? Did you send it back? I'd like to hear your thoughts. So here's another one. This came back a Gem Mint 10. And this is a recent card as well. And it has the gold border. So this is a Japanese card. All right. And we have Mew EX. This is a 2023. It gemmed. All right. So this is a Gem Mint 10. And it is also a Japanese card. This is a SSR. So with Pokemon, I'm a big Squirtle and Blastoise. So out of all the Pokemon characters, I like a number of them, but the character that I PC the most is Squirtle, Evolution, Blastoise. Those are the ones that I PC the most. I'm actually looking for the art. There's one or two that I don't have that I'm trying to add. One is the art rare, and there's one other. So this is a 2023 another Pokemon card, and this is also Japanese version. And it also Gem Mint. So this is a Gem Mint 10. And you can see it here, right? So again, as I mentioned, GameStop and PSA process has been really good. I mean, been a really good process. I've enjoyed submitting cards to PSA through GameStop. We'll continue to continue to uh, take cards there for grading until they give me a reason not to. I'll continue to take some cards there. I did take some some auto cards there recently. I was a little nervous about that. But again, I did my due diligence, hoping that they all come back pretty decent, at least an 8. But again, thank you for watching this video. If you have any comments, please leave them down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. If you're using GameStop and the PSA connection, let me know how things are going for you. And please like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already subscribed. And we thank you for stopping by. Peace.